Is your homepage working for you the way you think it is? Have you got everything exactly the way that customers want it to be? When people land on your homepage, is the first thing they think of what your brand message truly is? Or do they look, get confused, and jump out? Well, today we're going to look at a homepage and we're going to see exactly how it performs. Quick disclaimer, everything in this video, the opinions expressed, they're all my own, no one else's. Everything that I'm about to share, whether it's a tip, a trick, or an opinion, is all coming from me and no one else. Now that that's out of the way, let's get to it. This week, the Hertz Corporation, a place that I used to work for just over 20 years, hired a brand new CEO, Gil West, former Chief Operating Officer from Delta Airlines. Also, former executive at General Motors Cruise Division. That's their autonomous vehicle division. So I thought it was the perfect opportunity to take a look at Hertz.com. It's a website that I've worked on for the better part of my life. I helped build the original interactive version of that site back in 1997 and only stopped working on it really around 2019. So I figured let's take a look at this homepage and see if it is working for Hertz and if there's anything that I can suggest are great opportunities for getting more information for the new CEOs coming in. Let's take a look at the website now. So here we're looking at the Hertz.com website. It loads, very clear, Hertz rental car, let's go. I believe let's go is the new tagline for the brand. Let's go and see if this is doing what it's supposed to do. So up at the top, we've got our navigation. Right in the middle of the screen, you have the primary call to action, which is booking a reservation, getting a quote for a car rental. So it's right here in the middle of the screen. Perfect. As I scroll down, we're going to see this big block of text, change scenery, not standards. This is a bit of marketing content. It's time to reclaim your moments and shift from no time to go time. At first glance, this seems to be a lot of fluff that is just sort of here to bolster that let's go motto. And so I'm not sure how much this is offering. I'm curious if people are actually stopping to read this. It'd be great, something to get customer feedback on. If you were to watch them use the homepage, I would actually check that out. As I scroll down a little bit further, what do we get here? Go wherever the road may lead. Again, another marketing type of line of copy. Not really adding anything SEO-wise, but maybe it resonates with customers. So it's possible that for the aspirational type of traveler, this might be really impactful. I'd love to get some feedback on this and see, does this actually help the brand in any way? As I scroll down, it seems to be, I've got 4 promotions here. All these have interesting calls to action. Book now, explore Shelby Mustangs, a very, very iconic partnership for the Hertz brand. And then explore business rewards. Okay, that's very clear. That's what I thought it was. And then join for free for the Gold Plus Rewards program. Now, when I look back at this go wherever the road may lead header here or divider, I'm curious if possibly a more effective use of this space might be to say Hertz promotions or Hertz discounts or something to let people know that if they were scrolling down the page and they just get to here, we know that most people don't really scroll down more than a full screen, maybe even only a half a screen below the natural fold of the page. So if they hit something like this, will they keep going if they think they've just hit a bunch of just marketing text? I don't know. But if this said Hertz promotions and I saw, discounts, Hertz discounts, I go, okay, let me keep scrolling and see that. Keep going down here, you see view all offers. So we do have an option to look at the offers that are on the screen. I'm going to come down, benefit from day one with Hertz Gold Plus Rewards. Okay, boom. See your name in lights on the Hertz Gold board as you skip the counter and go straight to your car. This is basically messaging that I'm very familiar with going all the way back to the late 1990s. Now, the question that I would have is, what value offering of the Hertz Gold Plus Rewards program do the members feel is the most beneficial, the most enticing? Is it really seeing your name in lights? That is a very visual element. It's a visual idea, but I don't there's nothing to connect that to. So seeing my name in lights, I mean, it would be great to use that if I could see something on the screen that maybe painted that picture. But as you skip the counter and go straight to your car, well, that maybe is a more powerful call to action. So I'd be curious to test some of this and get some feedback from customers on what is the most powerful call to action. We're dedicating a lot of space to this, and we want to make sure that we're using it correctly. Or not correctly, I shouldn't say that. I mean, for the most benefit to the site. This is about benefits to customers, but does it benefit the site? Is it enticing people to click this join for free button? Same thing, join for free. is free. Is that the most enticing thing about the program? Should we actually, or should Hertz actually have a different call to action that is more enticing? Okay. The right ride, right nearby. With thousands of neighborhood locations nationwide, we're right around the corner from you. Find nearby locations. Now, this is another one of those things. Is this a great use of the homepage? It might be really good for SEO and for neighborhood locations, nearby locations. I personally would love to get feedback on this just because I know that for Google, the default search is blank near me, car rental near me. When you type anything, it puts near me in the search. So if people are searching that by default, should the button say car rental locations near me as the call to action? Also, I noticed that this call to action is white with black text, whereas all the other calls to action, or the other ones are primarily yellow with black text, yellow with black text. These are just hyperlinks, but this is a standout button. So maybe this, should this be the same color as the other buttons? I'm curious. That's a question for another time. Going down, view our fleet. We've got options. Okay, we're going to start showing some of the cars. Now, this is important because this is actually the product that the company is trying to push. Now, the first thing I see here is electric vehicles. And it is no secret, Hertz has been very public about this. They made a very big push toward electric vehicles, and now they are moving away from electric vehicles because customers didn't really respond that well to the product offering. There were a lot of issues with demand and maybe people not knowing how to charge a vehicle in not a foreign city, but a city that is not their home city. So I'm curious, is it the most beneficial use of the space? Does it resonate with customers to have electric vehicles being so front and center like this? As I go through the carousel here, I've got trucks, again, a pickup truck. This is a very industrial or commercial type of a vehicle. That's the second space. Third is a car. Okay, so now we've got, it looks like some kind of a Chevy Spark, I see. It's a very tinier car. Now, we know that, at least in the United States, people are renting bigger cars. They're renting SUVs. They have families. They want to have these larger cars. So I've gotten the fourth vehicle in. I'm now seeing the SUV, and this is a very large SUV. This looks like a Chevy Tahoe maybe. And yeah, it is a Chevy Tahoe. So is the sequencing of the vehicles correct? Should this automatically rotate? This is something where people are not actually needing to see all that much detail about the vehicles. Would it be more impactful to show more of an actual carousel with multiple things visible at the same time? Scrolling down, charge up in a fuel-free EV. So again, more information dedicated to electric vehicles, explore electric vehicles. I would test this, rethink it. I don't necessarily think you need to test this. I think Hertz has been very open about the response to this. So maybe this is one of those things that Gil West is going to immediately take a look at and have the team start rethinking the copy that they're using up on the homepage. Scrolling down, big, very big, download the mobile app. Now, I'm on a desktop. Does it make sense to have this? I don't think it hurts. The fact that it has its exposure for the app. So always want to give exposure for your other properties. It's really large. I mean, as a chunk of content, this might be the largest chunk on the entire homepage is this download the mobile app. And then scrolling down, and we've got some location stuff here talking about the top locations. Again, is this the way that this is represented in search engines? Top U.S. locations. Should it say U.S. car rental locations? Not sure. Interesting. Would be interesting to test that. And as we scroll down, we've got another blob here of copy. Just maybe this is for SEO. Not sure the effectiveness of this, but again, want to test if anybody actually reads this. And then we're down to another giant blob of copy. And so just more copy, very tiny font. I will say I actually cannot read these bullet points very easily. And then we've got our footer with our social media contacts. And then at the very bottom, we've got some accessibility, which is this I see from the wheelchair, Hertz accessibility. Very great that that's here. I'm just going to scroll up to the very top. We've talked about the whole homepage here. We've looked over some things that we want to get some feedback on, some interesting things we might want to test. I'm not going to look at the locations. I'm not going to look at the reservation process at all. We're just talking about the homepage here. You got the navigation up top. I'm just going to do a very small deep dive into the navigation here. The navigation is what people are going to look at when they haven't immediately found what they want right in the visible screen. If they don't see exactly what they want, they're going to go up top to the navigation. Generally, that's where they find the navigation. So what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus search. Borderline, it's just about what you should have. 7, 5, 7 plus or minus 2. So it's in the right ballpark. But let's look at some of the things just very quickly. Let's look at the navigation to see if people are going to find what it is they're looking for. So we've got rent. So rent a car, start your reservation, rent a car near me. Okay, that's exactly what I said about Google before. It says rent a car near me. Now, my first question is rent a car the phrase that is the most commonly used? Now we can just go over to Google Trends. We can look this up. Is rent a car near me? Is it car rental near me? Is it rental cars near me? What is the most popular? Because that will be the most beneficial thing to put in the navigation most likely, or somewhere else on the page. Rent an electric vehicle. Again, doubling down on the EVs, not necessarily sure if it is super critical to put that there. Same thing with rent a box truck or cargo van. If it's not present in the regular reservation process, this could be really powerful, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now 9 items in the rent dropdown of the first level navigation here. And we've got things, I mean, it's sort of a little bit all over the place. I'd like to just maybe do a tree test of this, do a card sort to see how people organize things. I see rent a Shelby, Uber rentals. So we've got some real tactical things like rent a car near me or start your reservation. You can ask customers, do you understand the difference between start your reservation and rent a car near me? I personally think they would go to the same place, and it's just the location that's the difference. Same thing with electric vehicles, box trucks, Ultimate Collection. That might be a little bit of jargon and branding where Ultimate Collection is clearly a marketing term. Should that be something more like high-end vehicles, luxury vehicles? Luxury is a car class typically, but should it be like ultra high-end vehicles, something like that? I don't know what the Ultimate Collection is. It's something you have to click on to discover. Uber rentals is more of that is more targeted at a specific customer, not a specific type of vehicle, which thus far we've had locations sort of mix, we've had vehicle type of mix, and then now we've got a purpose mix. And same thing with box truck and cargo van, that is more of a purpose mix as well. Then rent a Shelby is back to another kind of luxury vehicle if you're into the ultra, the rent-a-racer. And then products and services, I guess they fall under rent, but it's more, these are vehicle ancillaries and other kinds of services, I assume, like roadside assistance, things like that. I'm not sure that those things would necessarily be primarily found in rent. And then you got policies, which, yes, policies could be found under rent. Moving over to manage a rental. You got view, modify, cancel a reservation. Interesting. We've got manage rental. So extend the rental, get a receipt, and check into your. I have foreknowledge. This means check in for your reservation, but does the average person know what just check in, what that means? Get a receipt is after the rental, and extend a rental. And then you've got your reservation management, actually. So the first one is managing a reservation. The second one, and maybe the third and fourth are managing a rental. So a little bit different there. We've got buy. So this is about buying a used car, buying a rental car that is coming off of the fleet. And so again, this is being given the third position in the hierarchy or in priority as you go from left to right. We know that as things go from left to right, they get less important. So should buy be the third position? It's something that I'd want to ask customers about. Going over to deals. Okay, now we've got our promotions. So this is one of those things. Okay, we got a bunch of different kinds of offers. Let's get some feedback on this. The way that we're calling this offers. We call it offers underneath. We call it deals there. Are other terms more powerful? I'd be curious. Do people respond more to deals, offers, promotions, discounts, all those kinds of terms? I'd be really curious which ones work the most effectively. And here, see, we've got deals, we've got offers, but then down here it says add a discount code. So very intriguing that we've got 3 different ways of referring to it. Does that cause any confusion if I've got some information. I'm not going to click on the tooltip there. Gold rewards. We got 4 options here. Status match. Oh, that's cool. Frequently asked questions. Makes sense. Join now. Right away. You got your call to action. And then you got locations. Okay. This is an interesting one. So locations, you have, it looks like about a dozen or more options, and they seem to reflect similar to the options that were at the bottom of the screen. Now, let's look at this. Search all locations is going to be, I would assume, a full search of everything. Then we've got about neighborhood locations. Is that going to allow me to search for neighborhood locations? Or is it just going to tell me information about locations? About FBO locations. Right now, in the comments, do you know what FBO locations are? You can pause the video or just go type in the comments. Do you understand what an FBO location is? Take a guess what an FBO location is. This would be really interesting. Take a guess. Write what you think an FBO location is. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. An FBO location is called a fixed-based operator. It is basically like a private airport. So if you take a private jet to go somewhere, you're going to an FBO location. Does the average person understand what an FBO is? And it is the third navigation item. Should it just say something more generic that is a less of an industry insider term? Now, one could argue that an industry insider term is perfect because of the fact that you don't want the general public going to a fixed-base operator or a private airport location to try to rent a car. So maybe that is perfect, and I would love to get feedback on that. Then you've got a number of cities here that are in what would appear to be random order to the general public. I don't know if this is based on popularity or some other sorting mechanism, but I do see that they are, Atlanta's at the bottom, Chicago, then Boston, then Vegas. So it's not an alphabetical order, which would be the most common way to do cities like that for people to understand where they are. But there must be some purpose to this. Maybe it's just for SEO. Going over to business, we got a bunch of business options here. Hertz electrifies yet again. We've got more to the electric vehicles, maybe for fleeting. Now, for fleets in business, maybe electric vehicles is much stronger of an offering than it is for leisure or business travel customers going to other cities. So that is something that would be really interesting to check out and find out what's in there. I'm not going to. And then we've got support. Now, okay, right away I noticed extend my rental is here, get a receipt. Those are both under manage rental. And then we've got a bunch of other options. Road trip planner. Now that doesn't seem like something that would be in support. Accident report, yes. Okay, I'm torn between should that be in manage a rental or should it be in support? A card sort will clear all of this up. I would love to do some card sorting here. To get some answers on that. I'm not going to click into anything else, the search, the language, the login or sign up, or any of the other options on the page. I just wanted to go through the homepage here and say, does this homepage actually do what it is supposed to do on all fronts? Not just the car rental form here right in the middle of the page. Does everything else on the site do what it's supposed to do? And there you have it. It's a quick review of the Hertz homepage, something near and dear to my heart, like I said. Gil West, welcome to Hertz. Good luck. Wish you all the best. If there's anything I can ever do, all you got to do is reach out. My info is somewhere here, there. It's down in LinkedIn. It's in my About. You'll find it. Just give me a call, and I'll be there to help. Lots of opportunities, I think, to clarify the customer sentiment toward the homepage, and then the navigation, and then taking that further to the rest of the site. So that's going to be it for now, but don't worry. I'll be back again real soon. Until then, I'll see you later.